AI will not take away your job, but the person who knows AI will. If you look at it this way, if your job can be taken away by AI and AI still doing it as well as you, my advice to you is time to find another area, get yourself equipped with the competency and do the job. Because if it's not AI this round and next round, something else will come.
Hi, Ksther. You are known as the people decoder. So I have a question for you. Are you more people or are you more a decoder?
I would say both. Yeah, because I've been doing a lot of transformation. So every time I have to deal with people, believe it or not, actually when you deal with people, you are actually decoding at the same time. And I spent quite a long time also in the tech industry. It's sort of like click. How the decode comes about.
Okay.
Yeah. So then when I started my company, I wanted to find a name that really I can resonate with, which is people, and then decoding things around them.
Which revolves around tech.
Decode people and things around them.
Okay.
To help things get better. So it was like playing with a few words and ended up called People Decoder.
Yeah, that's interesting. So can you share about exactly what do you do?
So people and decode, right? So they are intertwined, but at the same time, it could be separated. So my business has got two genre in it. One is definitely the people. So we do transformation, we do fractional HR and all this very people focused. Then the other side is AI solution. So AI solution for business in terms of business processes. So it doesn't necessarily has got to be HR. Yeah, but as long as it is a process that touches people, in my opinion, those are processes that you can make better. In the past, we call it automation. Now we call it AI agentic process, whatever terminology that we want to use. But because people are also inside it, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, we branch into AI solutions in this case as well.
Okay. So take us back when you started your career. You started in HR?
I started my career in marketing.
Marketing. Okay.
Yes.
And how do you end up in HR?
So I was in marketing. So in fact, one of my biggest clients back then was an alcohol beverage client. Yeah, so that was donkey years ago. And then after that, I went on to join MINDEF. So in MINDEF, I was in a HR side. Then after that, I left MINDEF. Then I continued the HR. But since MINDEF time, a lot of transformation that I had got to do. So in MINDEF, I've got this nickname. They call me the Transformer. Primarily is if I appear in a new unit, it means that unit is going through transformation.
Okay. Like, are they let go or are they like their job scope change?
No, in MINDEF, let go is not a thing. So it's more of like, how do you transform the way things work? You could be involving a lot of upskilling of people. Moving business parts around. Yeah, so back then, a lot of ISO, centralization, decentralization kind of things, they were the hot topics back then. So we do a lot of such things when I was in MINDEF. I had the honor to set up a brand new business, a brand new army unit back then when I was there. So all this were the experiences that I accumulated. Then I left. Yeah.
And so in HR, is it always, I think the common misconception is HR is always, they handle all my leaves. But you mentioned transformation. Explain a little bit on what exactly does transformation do and HR revolve around?
So HR will always have the fundamentals of all your operation work, your governance, your policies. So that's why, but because it involves employees day to day, so it's not surprising that employee feels that HR deals with my leave, deals with my claims and so on and
Complaints.
so
Or just like hiring and firing people.
Yes, recruitment. But the thing is that, well, all this are interacting daily with every employee. There are other pieces. How do we decide how much to pay you? That comes under com and ben. It needs design as to how much the company is pegging itself in the market. So with that philosophy, then it comes out with a design. So those are the pillars in each of the company's HR. You have your com and ben deciding how much and how to pay. You have your culture deciding what are some of the key values the people and the organization should have. Very popular one are like collaboration, teamwork, and things like that. Then, of course, you will have other things like, how about my learning and development? What is the company's philosophy and principle about it? So all these are your fundamentals. So you think of it like a house, your pillars in a house, and then on top you have your roof. So the roof is where all the strategy, the transformation come about. So just imagine you bought a landed property. Some pillar are good, some pillar you feel like, no, I need to transform the house. So transforming the house could be, or transforming an organization could be changing or retweaking the way that business take place. How we do business, conduct our businesses in order to achieve the company's objective. Right? So it's like a house, how you want your house to be able to be more welcoming, for example. So you transform the house. Right? So by doing that, sometimes you need to change the pillar of your house because maybe it's weak. Maybe it cannot stand the weight of your third floor anymore in that concept. So same thing when we do transformation. As we look at transformation, trying to visualize if the organization want to reach there doing business this way, then what needs to be able to support it? Maybe you need to be more competitive in terms of your com and ben so that you can bring better people. Maybe you need to equip your people with a certain level of skill set in order to meet tomorrow's requirement. Yeah. So that's how I would describe what transformation is all about. Of course, using building house as an example.
Well, I mean, that's a good example. I think most of our viewers out there wouldn't have thought of it that way. They know HR. They'll see HR as the person hiring me, the people that we negotiate our pay with. But I've never seen this side of HR before unless they are in the HR department.
And there's any complaint, you go and complain. Like, this one disturb me. I cannot work with.
Or I'm supposed to get my promotion. When
Actually, complaint is not always necessarily bad. Yeah, because number one.
So what's not a bad complaint?
So first of all, I think for the person to be bringing forward the complaint, it's got to be interested. Either self-interest, hopefully not. Most of the time it's because he's interested in what is going on in the organization.
The reputation of the organization.
Reputation, or if we don't do something about it, it's going to affect more people.
Yeah.
Right? Number two, this person has got to be brave. Number three, every time a complaint comes in, it gives us information that possibly if we go and ask, we will never know.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we come from this kind of perspective, you will want to really have a conversation with this person who brought forward the complaint. What else is going on?
Okay.
Yeah, because all these are little sneezes and cough on the ground that we may not know because people don't want to talk about it sometimes. Yeah, but when it starts surfacing, it's good for us to capture.
What's an example of a complaint that was interesting in your experience and would have otherwise disappeared if this guy was not brave enough?
Yeah, so usually complaints that comes in talking about behaviors of peers, of supervisors. Yeah.
Is it usually peer supervisors? Are there downlines too? Subordinates?
Most of the time it's peer and supervisor because if it is your staff, you will come to HR for advice on how to handle your staff.
Okay.
But when it's peer and upwards, you can't do that, ask for, they find a little bit, not that you can't, you can. But I think Asian nature is you find a little bit more challenging. How do I handle my staff? My boss like that, how do I handle him? A little bit more sensitive.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but usually if to the extent of drafting a complaint, it means it has crossed a certain
The line.
threshold.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is one of the more common ones, but it's also one of those that help us or help HR actually start going in and find out what's going on to prevent any sort of spread. Spread in terms of like having more people affected due to, say, a bad behavior of another employee.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's a common bad behavior?
Common bad behavior could be things like racism, right?
But aren't we as a society
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear this.
more sensitive about it, especially Singapore? No.
Maybe
Okay,
we
not.
skip this topic.
Sure.
Okay. Then what's a peculiar one? The most interesting one in your
Okay, let's
experience?
go back, right, to your question of like, what are some kind of a bad behavior? So it could be things like favoritism. Yeah. So favoritism could be due to many different things, like could be as simple as I like your face, I don't like your face.
Or as complex as
Complex
I
one
love
can be
you and I don't love
very
you.
complex. Yeah, so a complex one, once in a blue moon, it will appear, but usually the common one is, no chemistry.
okay.
Don't know, just look at him and I don't feel like, talking to him. It's something that is a little bit harder to explain
Yeah.
because it's a human to human kind of emotion connection. Right. So that is harder to explain. So when it comes to this kind of cases, we usually always fall back on facts.
Okay.
Yeah. So you say that you don't like him
Okay.
because Matthew is your boss and he always favor me, for example. Right? This is your sensing. Tell me some facts. So then to you, it will get you thinking, exactly, was there an incident? Or it's just my feeling, it's just your feeling, right? Sometimes we just feel like that. Maybe you also don't like his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it always must go back to facts. So I will tell you, okay, you feel like that. Could you cite one incident that clearly indicated that Matthew favor me over you?
Okay.
Or favor him over you. Let's say I'm your HR, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it will set you thinking, maybe you have, maybe you don't have. So if you have indeed a specific case or incident, me and the other staff submitted exactly the same thing, or
Okay.
we were collaborating in a report. So it's a co-effort. Matthew only brought him out for lunch.
Okay.
So there is a specific case, but when you say it out like that, you will
also
start processing as well, right? Am I too petty, or is it indeed?
But the whole objective is to have the person say it out, and then hence there'll be a reflection point. Is that right?
No, from the HR point of view, what I'm trying to gather is facts.
Okay.
Yeah, but through all this reflective, to you is reflective questions. To me are facts
to build the
gathering
case.
question,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
You will have your reflection. I want my facts. Then I'll know whether indeed did Matthew cross the line of because favor that person. So therefore, number one, did he limit then your opportunities? Right, most important, right? Did he limit your opportunities, or did he give you a workload that maybe cause you to burn your weekends all the time?
Not being fair in a sense, not spread out over properly.
Alright,
and
so
all.
this favoritism has got a very huge gray area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because-
I can't fault Matthew for wanting more to eat lunch with the other person. That's his rights
Yep.
as a supervisor,
Yeah.
as a human being, right? But as a supervisor, you need to be fair in terms of the way that you allocate tasks, right? In the way that you actually record the person's credits.
But no JDs are the same, right? Because normally, if let's say you are a supervisor, your staff, you have multiple staff, right? And they have different capabilities. Hence, the workload has been spread differently, right? So one of the common complaint is, wow, I'm a very efficient worker. Then that's why my boss load me all. Then you see that one slacking off, but then lesser work, but we get the same pay. Right? So, but HR, how do we deal with a situation like this?
Measure the workload.
Measure the rewards.
Rewards, compensation in a sense, like
So rewards come in many forms. It's not just your monthly salary, right? So an organization, you typically will still have your other component, like maybe your performance bonuses, and then subsequently your increment,
Recognition.
your promotions, and all those things. And usually I will also tell people in this kind of situation is, look at the task that you were given. Do you think those tasks or projects are in the category that help you grow? Because if it does, then maybe you should talk to your supervisor, his intention. Because we always assume, right? And then we think that, oh, like you said, you just cited the example just now, oh, because I'm capable, so he loaded more on me.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because you are capable and he wants you to grow. So therefore, he gave you more challenging one and will end up with the result of you being able to be standing in front of the crowd and present yourself and shine.
right.
Right? So these are instances whereby then as supervisor or as guide, I will tell them, think 2-3 steps ahead. Why are they doing this? Yeah, because I myself was a beneficiary, right? When I was younger and growing my own career, then realized that working like no day, no night, very difficult projects. And I asked myself the same thing, same pay. Why is it that the person could just knock off and go back? And I'm still slogging away. So when you are in a situation like this, you have a few choices. One, continue to self-pity and then make your own life very miserable. Right? Two, tell yourself that it's for the good of yourself. 3, stop guessing, go and talk to your boss.
Clarify lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one more topic that just suddenly pop out of my head, right? It's a hot topic. Recent times, right?
Sometimes,
What's your
dangerous,
take
you're
on
questioning.
office romance?
Wow.
Some people say can, some people say cannot.
So do you think can or cannot?
Wow.
Because
You're
I
the
think
expert.
just now you're back to what you just mentioned, right? It's a personal choice on whether or not I eat the person for, like, I choose to eat with the person more compared to the other person. It's a personal choice in a sense.
Yeah, so why can't I date my coworker?
Yeah.
If in a scenario whereby an office romance ended up being resulting in unfair treatment, it's an outright no, right?
Okay.
All right, but I don't know whether have you ever heard of or witnessed an office romance or even marriage has been ongoing for like 6-7 years and nobody in office knows. Why?
Okay.
It's because both of them kept it very professional. So is it can or cannot? In an ideal world, you leave it to the individual, but we don't live in an ideal world,
Yes.
right? So therefore, then organizations tend to, some may not, but most will have some kind of policy as to what are some of the lines that you cannot cross. So typically they will say like, if you are dating someone and then people come to know about it, or you married someone, there must not have any conflict of interest. Conflict of interest could come from the fact of reporting
Okay.
reporting line, right? So a supervisor and the staff cannot be in a relationship, because then you all will all start saying that, oh, a lot of things will start to happen, right? Oh, you favor this, you don't favor me for whatever reason. True or not is one thing, but it just
Unnecessary
generated a
conversations.
lot of unnecessary conversation, take up a lot of unnecessary energy.
So what's a good guideline? Because we imagine, right, one of them is a senior management, right? The other one is young staff. Okay, I mean young, I mean it's a slightly lower position,
Yeah.
right? And let's say they get together, right? Even though the reporting supervisor, they say have maybe 1 layer or 2 layer, is that sufficient? Because end of the day, when we talk about promotion, when we talk about remuneration, senior management still makes the final call, right? But which means even though it's not direct supervising, still got some impact, still got some influence over.
Technically, yes. However, when there is a clear principle HR and a clear principle CEO and the senior staff, it can actually be mitigated. So for example, if let's say it's a promotion board and exactly that senior member is in a promotion board, right? He will be abstained.
So you have
He will have to be abstained from contributing and all this to make sure that whatever decision it land at the end, he has no hands in it. Yeah, not easy because we're all human beings, right? But I think from the organization point of view, these are some of the measures that could put in place to help to mitigate any sort of unprofessionalism.
Yeah, okay, so one last question on that before we move on, okay?
You guys are
really
so
curious.
interested in this topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's so many things out there and it's a hot thing right now, right? I think one of the common examples is a mentor and a mentee, right? So there's 2 parts to this question, right? The first part is, I think the most obvious one is, let's say the mentor and mentees, they are of different gender. Then people normally will say that, hey, they're very, very close. Is there something happening between them, right? He or she is always protecting the other he or she. I think there's something ongoing, right? I think what we heard just now is as HR, you try to gather the facts. Yes?
Depends. Doesn't mean a rumor means HR has got to
There
jump
must be
on
an
it.
official lodge.
We are human resource, not human relations. Yeah. So there are a lot of things.
Not human rumor.
Human rumor.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. So this kind of things, unavoidable. There will be some rumor here and there, some gossips here and there. Yeah. So HR handle complaints, whistleblowing, depending if, let's say, this kind of rumors got a little bit out of hand, there is a risk of affecting the reputation of the organization.
But
Yeah.
isn't it not fair? Because the 2 of them could be very innocent.
Okay, so if you are in that situation, as in you are the colleague, if you think that indeed it is not fair, 2 things you can do, I will advise. 1, bring it up to the boss, right? Let the boss look at the matter, and then if he needs to ask question, he should start asking question, right? 2, for whatever reason, either it didn't work or you don't trust, then you bring it up to HR.
Which, okay. I don't know whether this answer my second question or not. Will be, what if it's the highest boss? What if it's like the CEO himself or the,
Which has no board governing the
Yeah.
CEO. He's basically the boss of the company.
So it depends on how gutsy your head of HR is. Because I will go up to the boss and tell him and give him all the risk assessment
Okay.
of his behavior. Yeah. So, but yes, I do know that it becomes a little bit difficult, a little bit kind of trap situation. So it really depends on, number 1, the character of the boss, the CEO, the top person, right? And then second is see who is gutsy enough to tell him the repercussion.
Yeah. So on that hot topic, another interesting topic that actually follows up on that will be whistleblowing.
You mentioned whistleblowing.
Yeah.
So what does this mean? This word, whistleblowing.
That means you see something not right and you just want to alert the relevant authority.
But isn't it like a complaint king queen? Everything I see not right also I complain only what. Then to me it's just like whistleblowing what.
There's a very grey line to me lah. My interpretation, my understanding is I think there is a very grey line between whistleblowing, seeking redress, complaint and all this.
Okay.
When it comes to us, we don't differentiate. It just means that you brought something to our attention that we need to pay attention to and
so-
to investigate.
And so whistleblowing means within the company or
Not necessarily. So whistleblowing could be coming from outside as well.
okay.
And most of the time, whistleblowing will want to keep their identity anonymous.
Undisclosed. Yeah. So is whistleblowing does it only happen to the company's governance body or it can even go up to, I don't know, the regulators?
Regulators outside the company
Yeah.
can go anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Sometimes also depends on the whistleblowing policy.
So Ksther, you speak with a lot of experience on HR. It seems like you really love what you did. Then why?
You.
Yeah. Then why the move into AI Decoder? You realize?
So at some years of my career, I ask myself, is it I like HR? That simple. Then I realized that actually it's deeper than that. I love what I'm doing because I'm solving a problem. Yes. So then I start thinking about every role that I go in, it's going in to solve a problem. So if you look at my career, a lot of the business, the organization that I joined them is literally to tear down something or build something from scratch because it is to solve a problem that they have identified and they need somebody to fix it. So it started from there and I joined GovTech. So I was there for a good, I think, 8 years or so. And then start dabbling with all the tech. I went to attend courses teaching me how to do simple HTML and JavaScript. Just to understand the coding world. Don't ask me to code. I can't. Then after that, I did data analytics. So in the world of R, in the world of Python, probably will kill me because I can't do it either, but understand the concept. What really started to then sit on me after that is when I developed Smart Nation Scholarship from scratch. It's really that whole product creation from scratch. I look at it as a product. You can call it a program, a scholarship. To me, it's a product.
Yeah.
Then subsequently, I went on with a few more products from scratch. I really enjoy doing that. Then when I joined, a few years later, I joined a startup. I conceptualized and developed a tech product, a mobile app from scratch. Then I got hooked. And I really got hooked. So that solutioning part of me, it's really what I really love and to me very addictive. So it was also then about the booming period of the blockchain, the metaverse, and then subsequently AI came about. So I started dabbling with AI and then combining AI, my understanding about how I can help people change, how I can help people be more open-minded, right? Then come to one conclusion. All this combined together, let's solve a problem. So then I started talking to people, helping them understand actually how AI solutions can apply for them. Apply for them most of the time from the boss's perspective, from the management perspective. Then I always make an effort to tell them that from my HR background, I can tell you that you can say all you want. You need your people to come along.
Okay.
This is the myth. Will AI take away our jobs?
It's a big myth. Yeah. So is that your question?
Yes, please.
Why is it a myth? Yeah. Isn't
Yeah,
it,
most
isn't
people
it
say, hey,
true?
no. Yeah, is it true?
Yes and no. So I think the latest hotlines for the last couple of months could be AI. AI will not take away your job, but a person who knows AI will. Yes and no. Yeah. So if you look at it this way, if your job can be taken away by AI and AI still doing it as well as you or better than you without human intervention, my advice to you is time to find another area, get yourself equipped with the competency and do the job. Because if it's not AI this round and next round, something else will come.
So what's an example of such a segment?
I would say maybe, okay, this particular occupation is heavily classified as, by a lot of people, as one of the highest risk. Customer service operator. But my answer to you is it's not true. Right. You can replace the fundamental, the basic questions. Right? I ask you, if you call a bank and is an AI talking to you or phone operated, those automated one,
I hated it.
what is your threshold of facing that kind of questions? You come to a point you don't want.
Yeah.
The next thing you will do is get a phone, get a human being.
Press
If you
zero.
still
Yes.
cannot,
Yeah.
you will cancel the card.
Yeah.
You will lose your client, your customer, your retention rate number is going to go down. Right? So is it then true that you can just replace? The answer is no. But can you replace some of it using AI? The answer is yes.
But the customer service operator and the processors who have been cleared will clear most of the queries coming in, right? Until that threshold is reached, and then the human can step in. Yeah.
Yeah. So you still need that human being to appease the customer who has got 3-4 wrong answer, either from your AI or your automated responses. Another AI agent is not going to appease the customer.
Okay.
Right? You need a human being. The human being emotions, EQ, and all this, can AI truly duplicate it? There are a lot of arguments there. To a certain level, maybe can, right? But until we really can duplicate a true human being, entire EQ, emotions, and all this, right? You still need that human being there, right? So then, if I can tell a customer service officer that instead of picking up 20 phone calls, 18 questions all the same. 18 calls come in with all the same questions. Now I'm telling you, AI automation, I built an AI agent to handle these 18 calls. You handle the 2, you will be able to build that relationship and avoid losing that 2, because that 18 is not going to leave. Because they only want a basic answer.
Right.
Cancel my card. No, not cancel my card. So let's say it's the 18, the most common one is what?
Waive off the
waive
membership
of
fees,
annual fee,
yeah.
right? And the system can check all your past record. Yes, no, okay, done. 18 all done. As a CSO, I tell you, you don't have to handle those, but these 2 are a little bit more complicated. Outliers and all this. Your standard answers, questions doesn't fulfill the case. Right? Spend your effort on this too.
So the interesting thing is that I see this as the human is the capacity of the human is to take, let's say, 20 calls, right? And he or she is going to take 20 calls anyways, even with the AI, because the guy beside me who's going to take the additional ones will all disappear. And I'll take that 2 special questions times 20, right?
So there will be this model in the business, but I tell you the other model that my client has, and I love him for that. Okay. So it's an accounting firm. He has X number of staff. All right. His business is knocking on the door, but he cannot take any more businesses, new businesses. Why? Number 1, there's only so many talent he wants to hire. He wants to hire, I use that word, is because there are talent out there, probably doesn't meet his standard.
Right.
Okay.
So he cannot continuously top up human being.
He just wants to manage this 20.
Right.
Okay.
So he has a group of staff of 100 to 150
Okay.
already. It's quite a big firm. That's number one. Number two, he has physical constraint, physical location or physical space constraint, right? Every time you bring people, it means you must allocate office
A
space.
workspace, yeah.
Workspace, let alone your work equipment. So then when I got into a discussion with him, we are talking about, okay, so if my AI agent can help your staff reduce error, so therefore spend lesser time, right? What's going to happen? His intention is not
To load the human.
it can save 60% of the time. It's not about him then cut away 60% of the people. No. To him it means I can take 50% more businesses with the same number of people, with AI augmenting the workforce. That's the mindset that we want. Because when you think like that, what is infinite out there could be businesses. But what is finite is human resource, office space. Of course, you can say like, I have money, I can rent and all this, right? But to him it means that my costs keep increasing. How can I not increase at the same proportion of my business? Increase a smaller proportion of my cost, but my business can double. So that's the mindset that he wants, and that's the mindset that he has. And so therefore, when we go into AI agentic process building, right, that conversation is very, very interesting and very, very productive. And it's also easier for me to talk to his people. When I launched the AI agent and I went down, without a doubt, everybody will have this fear. Any sort of automation, any sort of
Process
AI agent, they will say
change,
that, oh,
yeah.
it means that soon I'll be out of job.
Yeah.
Right. The boss told them his vision and all this, right? But from his perspective, I went in and I told the finance executive, I say very simple. Number one, the report, you run it through the AI agent, it will tell you what are the other considerations that you may have missed out. So first thing first, when you eventually send your version of the report that has been gone through with the AI agent as your assistant, by the time it reaches your boss, you look so much better. Straight away, your boss says, wow, good performance. You feel good. Right? And of course, with that, you save more time already because that ding-dong with human being takes longer lag time versus the ding-dong with your AI agent. It is in a matter of seconds, if at max minutes, right?
Yeah.
Versus hours and days this way with human being. So you save time. When your boss find new businesses and put on new clients for you all to handle, it means company gets more money.
Get
That's
more
the time
pay.
that you guys can start asking for better bonuses. That's how it all transpires. So when you shift the mindset from what's in it for me, for them, to then open it up to collective benefits, I would say that. Then it becomes easier. And then they started, the whole conversation after I explained this to them changed, even when I was doing the briefing. And I like the atmosphere and the energy in the room after that.
Is there a boss, right, that you have encountered that says that rather than stacking more business because you are more efficient or cutting people because you are more efficient, are there people who says, look, I'm going to return the time back to the employees. So if it cuts 50% of your work, so 50% of the time, I give it to you.
Instead you work 5 days, you work 4 days now.
Yeah. And that's part of a perk lah. You know,
Not so extreme yet. I have not met one who has gone to that extreme. But I've met bosses who tells me that very empathetic, right? And he goes, my people are working a lot of OT. I don't think it's healthy for them, right? It's not sustainable. I hope AI can change this.
okay.
So I don't think he's to the extent of, then after that, whatever you can finish in 4 days, then we cut to a 4-day work week. I didn't hear that from him. But I'm very clear that his intention is adopt some of this solution so that his people can have more work-life balance, a healthier lifestyle. Don't need to
Slog,
every time
OT.
crunched until 9, 10 p.m. kind of office hours.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
go back, the kids sleep already.
Yeah. So he's a very empathetic, a very family man. And he himself is losing time, the amount of time he can spend with the family, right? He saw it on his employees as well. And in his word, he says, I don't want them to go through this. I don't want them to one day choose to leave because of this, because they are overworked, because of this, because I feel that this is something that technology, or for that matter, in current era, AI can come in and help so that we can all have got a more balanced lifestyle. Yeah. So I have not met someone so generous.
Ah, okay. But it's an interesting take, right?
It is. Yeah, but okay, so on that note, do you think that will be the near future? Because I think when you look at well, there's two parts, Asian, Europe. So the European countries are already moving into a 4-day work week, right? And with AI coming in, do you think the Asian culture will be able to accept a 4-day work week?
That's a very loaded question, because I think ideally, that will happen if, let's say, the company or the boss is very clear. Our KPI is X number of clients gaining X number of dollars. Right? You cast it and you say that, okay, if we can achieve that through 4-day work week, then fine, good. A lot of time that don't happen because, if we can hit X, can we try X plus 2? So when that happens, then you'll be like, now 4 days can hit X, then maybe 4.5 days, maybe can hit X plus 2. Maybe 5 days, normal work days can hit X plus 5. So then what is that independent variable that the company is willing to set?
I see.
Yeah. So if the company is determined to say X is what I want, then you guys can hit it, so be it. In the HR world, there are similar things that are being tried. So for example, gone were the days, maybe not yet, but we're trying to shift from the whole value system of time-based, right? So you must come to office 5 days. I must see you clock in at 9, clock out only at 6, then I know that you're working. So we have shifted from that era to KPI focus, right? As long as you deliver your work, right? I know you're working on these days, 5 days. I no need to physically see you in office and really in front of your computer. You must deliver your KPI. If you don't, then we'll have additional measure. So we're trying to shift that. That shift itself, it's not very easy. It's difficult. And I think after decades, it is still an ongoing project. It's
huge
not
culture
shifted at times.
change. Yeah.
So imagine just at this level, we're trying to shift it. So this shift as an organization level, it needs additional thing. It really needs the principle, the policies to be very clear. Right. Why do we go for 4 days? And then what are the things that will support these 4 days? What will then tell us that the 4 days thing is broken? So you don't just look at the positive one. You do the reinforcement one. You also need to be very clear. Under what circumstances, if this happened, we know the 4 day didn't work. Then what are you going to do? Because if you don't have that and then you revert back from 4 to 5 days, you break the trust. But if you don't revert back, you realize that the company is going to go burst.
Yeah.
Then how? Going to burst, right? Burst versus trust. Yeah, you pick one.
Oh yeah, bust versus trust.
Fair enough. That's a good one.
So in today's world, how can someone junior prepare themselves for this AI wave that is coming?
That's one of the questions I got very, very often.
Oh, then we
Yes.
should answer that.
So I sit in Singapore Poly board as well, right? Yeah. How do they prepare themselves? It depends really on which faculty you come from. Yeah.
Because you see, the junior graduating from whichever institute will naturally be prepared for the lowest skilled
The junior
components,
level.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of it is being replaced by the AI now. So they don't have the opportunity nor the burden, right, to go through that. So now they have to jump. Yeah. So how's that going to look for them?
First thing first, if I'm the fresh grad, I will ask myself that role plus. So the role you plus this whole thing, what cannot be done by AI?
But they're never going to understand because they have not seen that before, right? So like we
You'll
know.
be surprised because they go for internship and all this. So you start looking and you start observing during internship. Yeah. So internship, you look at what your senior is doing, what your 3-year senior is doing, what your 5-year seniors are doing, right? And then you start observing like what are, it's not difficult to imagine, okay, I hope so. It's not difficult to imagine what can be taken over by AI.
Okay.
Then you will have the answer, right? This one minus taken over by AI equals to maybe cannot be taken over by AI. You focus here. Yeah. You focus, what is this? And then if you can, once you're able to do that, then you start to talk about, can I plus something else? Because once you have that, you go for an interview. Even before you secure an interview, at least you know what to put inside your resume and all this, right? What are your plus? Because if I hire a fresh grad today that I know this fresh grad can be replaced by AI tomorrow, then I can still bring the fresh grad in, but then the fresh grad is going to be outplaced soon.
Yeah.
Right. However, if I as a hire a company, I know that, oh, this fresh grad come in can actually guide my AI and do more than what, and do the rest of the things that the AI cannot do. Because remember at the start, I did say to replace one human function entirely by an AI, today, maybe can, but not common. In fact, in my opinion, very difficult. Yeah. So then companies are always talking about, I deploy an AI solution already, but I still need human being. And my answer to them is, of course you still need human beings. Right?
Yeah.
It's then how many do you need now? What your human being can then be redeployed to do things that you know AI can't do. And if you don't do this whole exercise, then you can only find another talent to do those work that nobody does. But now with this AI, all right, this group of people give 60% of their work to AI, take in another 60% elsewhere. So if you look at like that, it's a shift of ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
Your value chain, your food value chain, so-called. So if a fresh grad can think like that, it's the same model. Yeah, so if you go in, if you're marketing and you go like, okay, now SEO, SEO, AEO, all can do AI already, right? Then what value do you have? Your value is, how do you tell the AI what to find? Right? How do you tell the AI that, oh, after the data, how does it work? So these are the things that you maybe can start thinking about. What is it that, then you start researching, what is it that AI cannot do? There are even people selling AI agent as a function.
Yep.
Right? Replace your HR, replace your marketing.
Yeah.
Can they really replace them? Maybe small company and the CEO hands-on a bit here and there can. If you have one department of just HR AI agent, I don't think it
Tough
will
lah.
work.
Tough. Yeah.
I don't think it will work. Or AI marketing agent. I think it's very tough.
Yeah. So let's go personal now, right? When we talk about very big
so
corporate
scared.
stuff, let's go personal now, right? Okay. So my first question to you actually is, how has the business journey have been for you so far?
Wow.
Yeah.
Could I have been better? But no regrets. Yeah, because I think stepping out from a full-time corporate job to then starting your own company, it's a very different ball game altogether.
What is different?
Number one, financially is different, right? Me from getting a regular paycheck to having to earn every single dollar that goes into my company's bank account and not knowing that next month what's the payout, right? So that is a very common mental stress to solopreneur and entrepreneur, right? Then in the past, I had some exposure to BD. I led BD teams and all this. So it's sort of good for me. It sort of prepared me transiting into like being the face of my own business, going out there, wooing clients and businesses, right? So that one, for me, that transition, not too bad. Right? So since GovTech time, I have always been doing the job of lobbying stakeholders, convincing them, gaining buy-in to really closing deals subsequently in my later stage of career as a BD person, right? So it sort of helped in that transition a little bit. Do I want to get a BD person? Of course, I still want, because primarily it's because I want to build product. So if I can get a BD person to do it, I'd love to. Then, but then we talk about the good things. I love the fact that now I have a choice. Yes. So in a corporate, sometimes you have choices. You can make choices. Sometimes you can't. Right. I have the choice of whether I want to take this client.
Whether you like the face or not. But whether it aligns to what you actually...
Your business philosophy and all.
Right. So very principled. So usually I listen to the client. I can ended up giving free advice, but I don't take the business. Primarily because maybe guessing that I go in and try to help do that piece of work, there will be a lot of energy spent on conflict and misalignment.
Okay.
Yeah, and cannot deliver. So I take a lot of pride in showing results. So if I can't get there, because a lot of time spent on all the ironing out all the misalignment, then it's very difficult. Yeah, so the good thing about this transition, I have choices. I can decide whether I want to take up the business, whether I want to block out 3 months, don't do anything, or I want to commit 80% of my time on AI or 60% of my time on HR. I have that option. Yeah.
So what are some biggest lessons you have from transiting? Because you took a very brave step transiting. Not many people dare to do it, right? And you mentioned that you have freedom of time, you worry about your financials and all. What's the biggest tip for anyone who wants to do the same?
Before the biggest tip, I need to tell anybody who wants to transit, there will be this little voice behind you that kept telling you that
Don't.
Maybe you shouldn't. After you have transited, there will be this voice that continue to tell you, maybe you should go back. Yeah. So there will be this voice. So one of the challenge is also be very discerned about all these voices.
Have you ever shot that voice? Has it disappeared?
No, it will
right?
always come back. So because of all these voices, then it goes back to the tip that you asked for. Be very clear why you're doing this. Yeah. Because if you're not clear, it's very easy to
Stray away.
swing and then to cannot decide. And then when you cannot decide,
You
like
waste
for
the
me,
time.
waste time. And if I cannot decide, then I will not put my best into any side, right? Then you come to, it's very hard to get to a good state if, let's say, you cannot decide and you cannot put your best in either side.
Yeah.
So be very clear why you are doing this. It cannot be because of frustration only. Frustration, once you start to unpack, right, there are actually many reasons behind that frustration. Do that first. Why are you frustrated? Right? And then start planning. Some people take 2 years to plan. Some people take 5 years to plan. Right? If you want, yesterday I frustrated, today I quit, tomorrow I start. Maybe can, I'm not sure, but success rate, I don't know. But if you plan for it, the chances of success or sticking to it probably the chances is a little bit higher.
It sounds like you have to be very mentally strong just to kick off your own business.
Even before that, I was tormented quite badly.
Shucks.
Why are you clear?
Okay, maybe I go back to why tormented so badly, right?
Yeah, that gave you clarity.
Yeah.
That was the signal. Yeah. So being responsible is very critical to me as a person and as a HR. Right. So I had to do 2 retrenchment. So when I did the first retrenchment, it was very painful. When I have to do the second one, I was determined that maybe it's the sign that I need to have better control. Yeah, because over decisions like this.
Okay.
Yeah, because as an employee, no matter how senior you are, as an employee, there's only a certain level of influence you could exert. Right. So when I had to do 2 rounds of retrenchment, I was telling myself that maybe the whole idea of having control is about time to actually start realizing that. Yeah, so it was after that that I have to do the second round. I told myself that, never mind. I shall leave at the same time too. Yeah, so that's where then I left. And then, but of course, it's not because of that, therefore I left, but it's just that timing that tell me that, okay, maybe it's time to continue the journey, the next way of my journey. Because I've been planning for quite a while. Right. I've been planning for maybe 5-6 years to actually cross into entrepreneurship.
Interesting.
Yeah. I charted my own career. I know exactly like when I hit a certain pinnacle position, I should start considering switching. I was very blessed and fortunate. I know that to switch into an entrepreneurship, HR very, very has got this thing, right? We need this competency, we need that competency.
Plan your career
blah, 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 blah.
path.
Yes.
Your
metrics
your
are
career route.
development.
So I plan my
metrics.
own career progression, yes. At the same time, because I want to hop over to the other side of the fence, right? So I know what are some of the competencies that I will have to increase my survival rate there.
Okay.
Right. So then I was fortunate. I had the opportunity to do programs, products, all this since GovTech time, talking to stakeholders, honing my skills in BD, and subsequently really applying them in the startup that I was in. I was employed, right? So that's where I hit up the BD. And then also in there, I start to really develop a tech product. So more and more boxes got checked. It may be more and more boxes got checked And then
Give you the confidence.
with or without that incident or retrenchment, me having to X people, I would have still transited. Yeah, but it's just that one sort of like telling me
The catalyst.
and like, do I want to find another corporate job? And then possibly going through the same thing again. Am I comfortable with all my check boxes? You know, I still have a couple of them not checked, but am I confident now to then hop over? I was like, let's try.
Wow.
And I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a journey. I have many questions, right? But before we go there, right, let me introduce to you the Enzo segment. This is the Enzo segment. Over the course of interviewing and networking, we realized that many people do not know what question to ask. Hence, we came up with this. It's as simple as pick up a card and ask that question. So this is the Enzo segment, right? I'll invite you to choose 2 cards and then we will ask the question then.
Yeah.
Can I see the card?
Of course. Of course. So there's the first one.
Yeah.
All right, and what does it say?
What was the most significant challenge you faced before achieving your breakthrough?
That's a good question.
Do I answer now?
Yes,
Yes,
you
go
can.
ahead.
Wow. Can I put the card back?
Oh yeah, you can put it in front of you so you can read it.
Can I change card? Okay, most significant challenge you faced before achieving your breakthrough. Well, it depends. First, I have to define my breakthrough.
Yeah.
I think in terms of my business, not yet. I'm still building it. Enjoying the building process, to be honest. Because I think to break through, it needs to be achieving a certain level of revenue and all this. So that's how I measure the breakthrough of my business. So not there yet. Enjoying the building process. So if let's say breakthrough in terms of career, I guess is my first step into a startup. So in my entire career, the organizations are all very huge. So MINDEF to say GovTech, ComfortDelGro, either multiple countries like ComfortDelGro or the size of the organization, the number of people is just huge. So taking that step to join a startup, to me was a breakthrough. Yeah, because then must be ready to change the entire mindset altogether. Yeah, so the most significant challenge I faced back then when I stepped into a startup is it's so different. People are different, good and bad ways. The way that things were run, so different, right? Different is not the challenge. The challenge is understanding and appreciating the difference. So I give you an example. No SOP, no precedence, because it's a brand new startup. So basically is no rules lah.
You have to build all the rules from scratch.
You have to build all the rules from scratch, but you need to be very careful what rules you build. Do you want to stifle? Back then, I always ask myself, and I always talk to the founder is, how much do we want? We don't want to stifle a small setup with all the big rules from big organization. The other big organization needs so many rules and big rules for a reason because they are big, right? But in a small organization, what is enough, sufficient, can already. So that was very important back then when I was there. So that challenge of appreciating the differences and not wanting to plug and play whatever that the best formula I had when I was in big organization. Yeah. I was fortunate because I was given a lot of free play. I was able to build it in such a way that there's a lot of agility, flexibility, but doesn't go haywire. Yeah. Then I was also fortunate to bring along a very good deputy with me. And then she settled the HR side of the house. Then I go and have my fun at the BD and then subsequently the product side of the house. Yeah. It becomes a very cohesive and close-knitted family setup in that small startup. In big organization, you probably can achieve that within the department. Hard to achieve that as an organization. Because the startup is small, we can actually do it as an entire organization, entire company. Yep. How did you leverage your success to achieve future goals? Wow.
That is a good one.
Then I have to define what are my successes first.
All the future goals first, then go back to the success.
One thing very significant happened during the 10 years before I decided to change side and go into entrepreneurship. I studied marketing.
Yeah.
Why I didn't continue marketing is because I hate selling.
That's a fair statement, okay?
Right? But
Here you are.
When one big circle came
Yeah,
back.
and then
And
now
you're
you're at the
selling.
front of your business selling.
Yes. So people who knows me close enough ask me, how did that happen? Then how did I cross that, right? A lot of things happen. I think most significantly is that 10 years before I crossed over, I was able to sell. Yeah. Not as a salesperson to get dollar and cents in return, but able to present a solution and then help the stakeholders understand, convince them. It's never a top-down, never a threat kind of, oh, you must do it. But to help them understand from their perspective why they want to do it, right? So when I start seeing that, hey, actually I can convince people, I know how to do it, I have some DNA to do it, something like that, then it started giving a lot more confidence. And then, of course, then sealing the deal in the corporate deals. That means people, yes, I will sign up. Departments coming to us and saying that, yes, I'm convinced, let me be your first department, test it with us. That kind of interaction is sort of built that confidence. And then when I was in the startup, I was running the BD and sales, right? We actually secured clients even before the product was launched. So that sort of reinforced again. That was my biggest doubt actually I have. If I want to step out and become an entrepreneur, can I do that? So that was my biggest doubt. And it is something that is very hard for my kind of domain HR to be able to acquire that kind of competency. So unless I do it proxy, like for example, sell my HR proposals, all the changes, I do a lot of transformation, a lot of changes. So I always put on my marketing hat on how to market it, how to sell it. So these are proxy experiences. Then until in a startup, real experiences, because once the contract is signed, it's dollar and cents. Right? With all this consolidated, to me, it's almost like that one last checkbox that I said, okay, I think let's try.
Okay.
So then I crossed over. If without all this building up over the years, I don't think I will have that much confidence to move over and achieve the goals of being an entrepreneur myself, do my own business myself, go convince the clients to sign contract with me, and so on and so forth.
No confidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it from that, right? And this is how we Enzo.
Very fun. Scary but fun.
So, Ksther, with your vast experience in HR and now AI, right? What do you think is what's the biggest tip for that you have learned or that you would like to share with us from your career or business?
I will be a little bit ambitious, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because I think I want to combine a lot together and says that an organization, when you want to change, very important is get your people ready. Yeah.
What kind of ready? Like heart, mind, soul, physically?
Be greedy and try to tackle all. Yeah, because came from the era of all the automations, technology automation, right? Then you realize that, you buy an information system, but your people don't know how to use it. So you get the hardware ready, but the heart not there. Human intelligence didn't catch up either. Then it doesn't work. So if we always focused on getting the people ready,
Okay.
right? Then you look beyond just getting the system ready.
Okay.
So in this era of AI, it's the same. So that's why there are so much noises in all the professional social media platform, right? That we kept saying, must do AI, must adopt AI. Then there's a research that came out a couple of months ago. The percentage of companies who have started AI journey, huge, 70%. But yet,
True adoption?
It's not just true adoption, but then most complaint is it didn't quite help. So what went wrong? Is it the technology? Is it AI as a technology? I don't think so. It's the people, right? So you need your people to know what is going on. If not, your people is not ready, then you can have the system ready. The people don't know how to operate. The people do not know how to deploy. Pretty much back to square one with a huge sum of money wasted. Yeah. Then what companies start? Big companies, what they start? They start replacement.
Yeah.
Because they don't share a common vision. And
They will start replacing and let the
Old guards.
current people go, and then they will hire a new group of people. But do you really need to do that?
Okay.
If you can get your people ready, you don't adopt technology solution system overnight.
Yes.
Those are, you arrive at that stage after a certain amount of discussion, planning, and whatsoever. The same amount of time, why not also start getting ready your people? Train them up, get their competencies ready, get their mindset ready, get their willingness ready. Then when your hardware is ready, they are ready.
So the $1 million question I have is how do organizations do that?
Get their people ready.
Yeah.
It really requires a lot of work and conversation. So I've designed a program. It's called Let's AI Together. Basically, it's all about going into an organization, talking to the people, starting with what is AI actually? Do you know? Is AI that new? The answer is no. It has been around for a long time, right? So by letting them understand a little bit about what is AI 101, the very basic one. 2, is AI all about LLM? Of course, the answer is no. Because if I ask the question, how many of y'all has used AI before? You probably get about maybe 100%, if not 95%. Then when you ask them, is AI all about just LLM? You will see that they know the answer is, of course, no. Then they start to think like, actually, did I really use AI? Or did I really use just LLM? So you start to open up their mindset and whatsoever. So it's it's like a journey that I built and journey with them through a few workshops, all the way until introducing them to AI tools, what AI can really do, all the way until how an agentic workflow looks like. Nobody in the past know how AIS looks like because nobody will show you the background.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody will open up and show you how they build it. Nobody will show you the 10,000 lines of code that they have written. But in this case, I open up my agentic workflow and show them. Getting from here to here, this use case, make a guess. How many boxes do I have in my workflow? They guess. And there's a joke here. Later, I'll tell you the joke. So they guess, and they gave me a number. And then I open up my workflow and show them. To them, it is an eye-opening experience because they were like, oh, actually, it's not that mythical after all. It's just workflow. It's just processes. So it sort of take away a little bit of fear. So we ended up the entire session with them bringing in the use cases and then on the spot, really hands-on, introducing them AI tools and then help solve that problem using AI tools. We didn't go into agentic process. That's not the idea. So the whole purpose of this is from, I think I know AI, my company wants to do AI, to actually I've tried using AI. So when you start introducing more complicated agentic processes or AI solutions and all this, they are a bit closer to what the company wants to do versus when they start here or they start here. And every one of them are at different stages. What you want is you want them to understand how many people can get there we don't know. So I explained to my client, it's a big ship. Okay, you rara have a party, they will all come. Then subsequent part of the party, some will leave. But it's okay if they continue to cheer for you and let the rest of the people at the party continue that competition or continue that journey. But at least they are all involved in some part or not.
Right.
Yeah, so I owe you the joke. The joke was my brain was so wired that when I write the use case, and they are very smart, so I write the use case and I ask them, how many workflow boxes do you think it will have? They gave me the correct answer. I was like, how do you all know? They said, because Ksther, you are so wired that when you write the use case, each line is one box. I was like, oh yes, that's quite true. So that was the joke. Every one of them got the correct answer.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
it's so wired that, I start to write use cases, writing a story like as if I'm writing a process.
Actually, that's a good way to showcase a process. Yeah. And probably on that note is, what is a good personal tip that you've learned across your whole personal career and all, right? For someone who wants to achieve success in anything.
If it's one word, it's try. If it's one statement, never say no. Never start by saying no. So I'm known for that. Never start by saying no. Some people comes to me, very interesting idea, very big problem, very irritating things. I always try to tell myself, don't just say no up front because it's a very convenient answer, right? Yeah, I will always say, let me think about it. Let me try. So back to the word try, just keep trying. And then during your career journey or whatsoever, just keep trying. Didn't work, try again. But don't try the same old way.
Don't do it
Tweak
again,
a little bit, change a little bit, do a little bit more research, replace this box, put in the new box, and then try again.
Right.
Yeah, you may get different results. It doesn't mean you try, you will get same or better result. Sometimes you take out, just imagine a workflow. Sometimes you take out one box and you put in the other, you get worse off result.
Yes, it happens.
You need to be prepared. It's either neutral, minus, or positive. But either way, you learn something. You learn, this box cannot put in because it's worse off. Then you don't try that box anymore, right? Then you go and find something else.
And in your entrepreneurial journey, what is a good finance tip that you can share with us?
Really must plan properly. Yeah. So
So planning properly means what?
there are a lot of tips out there, right? Oh, have a 6 months buffer, has a 10 months buffer, has a 12 months expenditure buffer. Is it expenditure buffer or is it your last salary buffer? To be honest, what is that right answer? It depends on you. So I like to visualize. So if you are also the type who likes to visualize, you visualize yourself leaving 12 months with a sum of money. What is that sum of money? Then you do your own adjustment, right? So I don't need to go to office. I don't need to do a lot of, don't have to buy so many bags. So you do your own adjustment.
That's a good one. Don't buy so many bags.
Then you
You got 2 hands, ma. So you don't have bags for what?
Yeah, there's never enough bags.
enough.
Enough bags, enough shoes. Okay, we shall not go too far. Yes, yeah. So that's the financial tips. Is there a special number? It really depends. Because I have friends who has got very good family support. So to her, maybe a smaller number of a sum of money is good enough for her to be comfortable to step up. Right. Then 2 weeks ago, I spoke to another friend because of limited support. So she need to build that buffer. To her, there's a lot of, she also wants to cross over and become a freelancer. But to her, constraint will have more. She listed down her own constraints. So that's another exercise that person, I would say, if you want to consider, you should do that as well. What will stop you from crossing over? Why do you want to cross over? Those that stop you are there any things that you can do to mitigate?
Right.
Yeah, so if you can do this kind of comparison, starting including the financial side, it probably give you clarity, not necessarily give you that green light to cross, but it gives you clarity.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So before we end off the whole conversation, any last piece of advice for us? Or for
In
anyone
terms
that's
of-
looking for success?
Looking for success, just keep trying. Yeah, and definition of success will change over time. Yes. So don't be surprised if it changed over time and then you cannot accept it, embrace it. Yeah. So success could mean A when you are in your 30s and probably something else when you are in your 40s and whatsoever. Yeah. So success, there's no right or wrong definition, is your definition. Then one thing to get there is just keep trying.
Just keep trying.
Just keep trying. That's the word. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Ksther. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. Thank you for listening. If you like what you have just heard, follow us for more content like this.